Hey everyone, it's Niamh here and welcome to my art journaling channel. Today we're going to be decorating the front of an art journal, which I don't do very often, but I just had to when I got this beautiful collage paper. So this is collage paper from Natalie May Scrapbooking. It's absolutely beautiful, and to be honest, I was a bit not intimidated by it, but I didn't really want to do much to it because it's so beautiful. So I just stuck it on in its entirety onto the back and to the front of my page. I did use a gesso to help stick it on, which is a quick and easy tool. You know, when you've got wet gesso, you can just chuck it on, which is quite good. I then just want to blend it in a little bit with the background. So this is a really cool sort of border stencil from Natalie May, and it just sort of helps get that sort of drippy paint-like effect over the paper, and it was easier than me trying to deliberately paint it on, if you know what I mean. So having the stencil there really sort of helped make it look like it was torn paper or something behind it. It also helped putting the double layer of gesso on just to cover in the background. Then I'm sealing over the entire thing with some gel medium just to make sure it's 100% stuck down. Gesso itself makes a really good adhesive, but just having that sealing over the front of it, particularly because it's the journal cover, it's going to get handled a little bit more. I just wanted to have that on there. I decided I also want to put in some flowers. Oh, not flowers, leaves. So I've got this gorgeous watercolor stems stencil again from Natalie May, and I'm just going nuts with different color green paints and overlaying the leaves on the page. I can't speak today, sorry. I didn't want to go too far up into the image itself because it's so beautiful, but so you can see me sort of using bits and pieces of it. I wanted to be a little bit restrained with what I'm doing, which sounds hilarious when you're talking to me because I don't do anything that's restrained, but you know, here you go, you can kind of see it. I'm also mixing the colors to get that little bit of depth of shading. So I'm using 3 or 4 different colors of Dina Wakley. I started off with the lime, then went into evergreen, and then fir, I think. I don't use the greens very often, so I also managed to put my stencil into paint, so that was really handy. I've found that mixing, if you want to do shading and you're not very good at shading, that mixing paints onto your paintbrush or onto your sponge is a really easy way to do it. It's very hard to replicate, but you do get a really nice mix of colours, so it's a good way to sort of add depth and mottling and the look that there's a few different colours here and you can't quite work out how the person's done it. To make the leaves stand out a little bit and to draw some attention to them, I'm just going around with really, really loose strokes with my white pen. Some of these leaves are overlapped, that's a-okay. It just helps it all come in together. I also, just using a white pen, because the colour of the underneath collage paper is quite strong, just went over the top a little bit again with a little bit of extra and then a little bit more gesso just to make it really opaque. So I'm just heat setting that, and then I'm going to go in with some lettering and do a title on my page. So I'm just hanging around trying to find my letter stencils, or foam stamps, sorry, that I'm going to stamp out onto my page. So these are the Natalie May foam stamps. They do come in a big long strip. I just cut them all apart because I find that a lot easier just to handle and so on. Foam stamps, they're funny because you think, they're not going to be brilliant, but they really are, and they're actually really great at retaining ink. So they actually suck up a lot of ink, and you can get a really good print from them if you print them down properly. Because they are so thin though, you just need to be really careful to press over where the foam is and not on the plastic surrounds, because you can get bits and pieces everywhere. So just be aware of that. So once I've got my letters on, then I'm just going to doll them up a little bit. First of all, I'm putting on a bit of a drop shadow using my acrylic markers. So I like using acrylic markers for this because, not acrylic markers, oh my goodness, Niamh, alcohol markers, because they're translucent. So you just get that little bit of, you can see through them basically, so you get this touch of colour, but you can see through them. Down the bottom I did blue up the top because it's blue, and then down the bottom I changed to green. Then I'm just going to go around and do a drop shadow with my white. So this gives you the sort of the shadow and the highlight, which again helps to really pop it out from the background. It sort of gives it almost a 3D effect. When I'm finished with that, I got a little bit carried away, and I decided afterwards that I was also going to do a bit of a marquee look by it by putting some dots of, metallic ink over the top too. So just because you stop doesn't mean you have to stop. So you can see those little dots in the metallic in the top. This is really fun to do. It meant I still had that beautiful image in the background, but I had it on the front of my journal. I can enjoy it every time I look at it. So I hope this encourages you to have a go at decorating the front of your art journals. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye for now.